Welcome, dear friends, to a gentle journey through 120 soothing facts about Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood, that beloved story born from Hiromu Arakawa's imagination. A tale of two brothers who dared to challenge the laws of their world, and in doing so, reshaped the hearts of millions across the globe. Tonight, we'll drift through the origins of the series, the artists who shaped it, the themes woven into its alchemy, the voices that breathed life into its characters, and the quiet details that make this universe feel as timeless as the night sky itself. In this soft and peaceful space, we'll wander through the lore, inspirations, and hidden moments that helped Brotherhood become one of the most cherished anime of all time. And as you settle in, allow your breathing to soften, letting your shoulders ease, your hands rest, and your thoughts loosen their hold. Each slow inhale brings calm. Each long exhale releases a little more of the day. Let the quiet gather gently around you, like twilight folding into a still room, steady and warm. If you enjoy drifting through stories like this, you're welcome to subscribe and softly tell me where you're listening from tonight. Now, when you're ready, let us begin, moving calmly into the first set of facts, letting the world of Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood open before us like a lantern glowing in the dark. Fact 1: Full Metal Alchemist began as a quiet spark in the mind of Hiromu Arakawa, who grew up on a dairy farm in Hokkaido, surrounded by wide fields, cold winds, and long hours of patient work. In those gentle, solitary spaces, she learned the value of persistence, a theme that later shaped Edward and Alphonse. Arakawa has said that the rhythm of farm life gave her time to dream, to observe people closely, and to imagine stories that explore sacrifice, hope, and the delicate balance between loss and healing. These early experiences softly nourished what would become a timeless narrative. Fact 2: Arakawa chose alchemy as the heart of the story because she was fascinated by its history, this ancient blend of philosophy, mysticism, and the human desire to understand the world. To her, alchemy symbolized the way people transform through hardship, shaping themselves the way metals might be purified through fire. She wanted a system that felt grounded yet metaphorical, something that could mirror real emotional journeys. By weaving older traditions into imaginative fiction, she created a world where every transformation quietly echoes inner change, allowing the story to feel both intimate and vast, like a soft breath across time. Fact 3: the relationship between Edward and Alphonse was inspired in part by Arakawa's own siblings, as well as the bonds she observed among people who worked together through difficult seasons on the farm. She wanted a story where brotherhood wasn't loud or dramatic, but steady, built on shared burdens, quiet trust, and the unspoken ways family supports each other. Their journey reflects the tenderness and strain found in real relationships, where love is shown not through grand declarations, but through countless small promises. This emotional grounding gave the series a gentle authenticity that continues to soothe and resonate with audiences. Fact 4: Arakawa designed the world of Amestris with intention, blending influences from early 20th century Europe, industrial era architecture, and subtle elements of her rural upbringing. She wanted a setting that felt familiar but not bound to real history, allowing viewers to drift into a world shaped by both machinery and myth. The muted colors, orderly towns, and quiet military presence create a backdrop where personal stories unfold with emotional clarity. This mix of realism and soft fantasy allows the world to feel lived in yet dreamlike, a place where every street carries the faint echo of past footsteps. Fact 5. When Arakawa began publishing the manga in 2001, she insisted on planning the entire narrative from start to finish before committing to long term serialization. This careful structure ensured that every arc would eventually connect, like threads woven into a single calm tapestry. She wanted to avoid wandering plot lines or forced extensions, aiming instead for a story that moved with purpose and gentle cohesion. Her dedication to thoughtful planning gave the series its seamless flow, allowing each character to grow naturally. This sense of deliberate harmony is part of what makes the final work feel so peaceful and complete. List 6. Arakawa has described the central theme of the story, equivalent exchange, not as a rigid rule, but as a soft metaphor for the balance of life. She wanted readers to reflect on how every decision, every kindness, and every sacrifice shapes the world around them. The idea isn't meant to be harsh, but contemplative, reminding us that growth often comes with cost, and healing arrives slowly, like dawn lifting across a quiet horizon. By treating equivalent exchange as emotional philosophy rather than strict law, she created a universe where lessons feel gentle, human, and deeply comforting. Fact 7. Before creating Fullmetal Alchemist, Arakawa worked as an assistant to manga artist Hiroyuki Eto, creator of Mahojin Guru Guru. During those years, she learned the slow craft of storytelling, how pacing breathes, how characters reveal themselves, how humor and sorrow coexist. She has often said that those early experiences shaped her discipline, teaching her to work with steady focus and quiet dedication. This training helped her refine the emotional rhythm of Fullmetal Alchemist, giving the series its graceful balance between lightness and gravity, allowing each moment to unfold with thoughtful calm. Fact 8. Arakawa chose to make Edward physically smaller than most shonen protagonists because she wanted to subvert expectations with gentle humor and subtle symbolism. His height reflects his youth, his impatience, and the emotional weight he carries, contrasting the boldness of his spirit. By giving him vulnerabilities that are both literal and symbolic, she created a character who feels human, relatable, and softly imperfect. This contrast between small stature and powerful resolve embodies the theme that strength is not measured by size, but by the quiet determination of the heart. Fact 9. The decision to give Alphonse a hollow suit of armor for a body came from Arakawa's desire to create a visual symbol of innocence preserved within sacrifice. She wanted a character who looked imposing yet carried a gentle soul, reflecting how appearances can mislead. Alphonse's empty armor becomes a soft reminder of loss and hope, an echo of the person he longs to be again. His calm voice, careful movements, and tender empathy contrast beautifully with his metallic shell, creating a presence that feels both protective and deeply fragile, like a quiet memory made visible. Fact 10. The early chapters of the manga were guided by Arakawa's belief that stories should explore moral boundaries without heavy-handed judgment. She wanted Fullmetal Alchemist to invite reflection rather than declare answers, allowing readers to drift into thoughtful spaces. By presenting characters who make mistakes, learn slowly, and struggle with guilt, she created a narrative filled with gentle realism. This approach helped the series build emotional trust with its audience offering a story that feels like a companion during difficult moments, soft, contemplative, and quietly meaningful. Fact 11. The concept of alchemy in Fullmetal Alchemist was carefully crafted to feel both scientific and magical, a blend of logic and mystery. Arakawa wanted to create a system that felt grounded in the real world, yet could open doors to the fantastical. By limiting alchemy to the principle of equivalent exchange, she added a layer of balance, reminding the characters and the viewers that nothing comes without a cost. Alchemy's quiet rules, bound by logic, act as a metaphor for life itself, where every choice ripples out, creating change in ways both visible and unseen. Fact 12. The series explores the theme of sacrifice through the brothers' journey, illustrating how personal loss is often a necessary part of growth. Edward and Alphonse's search for redemption reflects the delicate balance between what is gained and what is given up. In the world of Amestris, the characters are often faced with the choice between preserving their humanity and obtaining power. Through their struggles, the story gently reminds us that sacrifices made for the greater good don't always come easily, but they can lead to healing and ultimately a sense of peace, one step at a time. Fact 13. The recurring theme of the truth in Full Metal Alchemist invites reflection on the nature of knowledge and understanding. The truth is often depicted as an abstract, almost ethereal presence, pulling the characters deeper into their quest for answers. Arakawa uses this theme to gently ask, what is the true cost of knowing too much? What do we lose when we push past our limits in search of understanding? This exploration of curiosity and consequence adds a soft layer of introspection, reminding us that wisdom, while valuable, often comes with the quiet weight of responsibility. Fact 14. Amistris, the world of Full Metal Alchemist, is intentionally rich with diverse cultures, histories, and landscapes. Arakawa wanted to build a world that felt both expansive and grounded, a place where different regions each had their own unique identity and struggles. From the arid desert lands of Ishval to the cold, militaristic city of Central, every corner of Amestris has a story to tell. This diversity creates a sense of depth and reality, while also highlighting the shared humanity of those who live within it, each struggling in their own way to make peace with their pasts. Fact 15. The use of religious symbolism throughout Full Metal Alchemist reflects Arakawa's interest in how faith and spirituality shape human behavior. The presence of deities such as Father and the mysterious Truth, as well as the use of the Ouroboros symbol, all contribute to the world's philosophical richness. These elements are woven seamlessly into the story, not to impose a particular belief, but to offer a quiet reflection on the role of faith in times of crisis. They encourage viewers to consider how their own beliefs guide them through moments of darkness as they search for their own truths. Fact 16. The idea of human nature is explored throughout Full Metal Alchemist, gently examining the choices people make when confronted with hardship. The series never judges its characters too harshly, instead allowing them to make mistakes, learn from them, and ultimately grow. Whether it's Edward's stubbornness or Roy Mustang's quiet ambition, the story reflects how human nature is not easily defined. The characters are all flawed yet deeply relatable, and it's through these imperfections that we see their humanity. In this way, the show speaks to the universal struggle of balancing one's desires with one's moral compass. Fact 17. The concept of home in Full Metal Alchemist is a quiet thread that runs through the series, particularly in the characters' relationships with their families. For Edward and Alphonse, their quest to return to their original bodies can be seen as a search for a sense of home, both physical and emotional. The series delicately explores how home is not just a place, but a feeling of belonging, something the brothers long for throughout their journey. This theme of returning to oneself, whether physically or emotionally, speaks to the universal desire to find a safe space, no matter how lost we feel. Fact 18. The struggle for power is a constant undercurrent in Full Metal Alchemist, especially in the characters' relationships with those who control the military or possess alchemical knowledge. Yet the series consistently reminds viewers that power, in its many forms, is fragile. It can be wielded for good, but it can also corrupt, as seen in the transformation of characters like Father and the Homunculi. Through these stories, the series asks whether true power comes from control or the willingness to give of oneself for the greater good, urging us to reflect on the nature of authority and responsibility. Fact 19. Full Metal Alchemist uses the symbolism of the Philosopher's Stone to represent both the promise of hope and the danger of unchecked ambition. This mythical object, coveted for its power to bypass the rules of alchemy, becomes a central figure in the brothers' quest. It represents the idea that while desire for something better is a natural human trait, it's also a dangerous one. The stone, ultimately, becomes a soft reminder that we must be cautious of the allure of shortcuts and easy solutions, for they often come at a price far greater than we anticipate. Fact 20. The theme of redemption weaves through the entire series, touching on each character's personal journey of growth and forgiveness. Edward and Alphonse's pursuit of their own redemption is mirrored by other characters, such as Roy Mustang's path to atoning for his actions during the Ishvalan War. This theme is gently explored as each character struggles to reconcile their past with their present. The series suggests that redemption is not an immediate destination, but a journey that requires patience, reflection, and quiet change over time, just as the seasons shift slowly, bringing about their inevitable transformations. Fact 21. Edward Elric's character design was intentionally crafted to evoke a sense of youthful ambition, with his sharp features and bright, expressive eyes. Arakawa gave him a distinctive look, including his golden hair and automale arm, to reflect both his vulnerability and determination. Edward's appearance is a constant reminder of his journey, one of both physical and emotional rebuilding. His defining characteristic, though, is his unyielding resolve. Arakawa carefully layered this sense of determination with moments of doubt, creating a character who feels profoundly human, a young boy carrying the weight of the world with quiet dignity. Fact 22. Alphonse Elric's design is a soft visual contrast to his brothers, wrapped in the heavy, imposing armor of his artificial body. But inside the armor lies a gentle soul, one whose innocence and kindness make him one of the most tender characters in the series. Arakawa wanted Alphonse's appearance to reflect his inner fragility, juxtaposing his towering form with his soft, caring nature. His armor, though strong, symbolizes the emotional distance he feels from his own body. Yet through his calm demeanor and unwavering loyalty to Edward, Alphonse remains the heart of the brothers' journey. Fact 23. Winry Rockbell's character was designed to be more than just a supportive figure. Arakawa wanted her to embody strength in a quieter, more subtle way. Winry is an expert automail mechanic, a woman of intellect and determination who plays an essential role in the brothers' journey. Her passion for automail engineering and her nurturing spirit serve as the emotional anchor for Edward, providing him with stability and warmth when he feels lost. Winry's character reflects the idea that strength doesn't always have to be loud or flashy. It can be found in kindness, wisdom, and resilience. At 24, Roy Mustang, known as the Flame Alchemist, is a character full of complexity, both a commanding officer and a man struggling with the weight of his past. Arakawa created Mustang to explore the idea of power tempered by regret. As the series progresses, we see the gradual peeling back of his tough exterior, revealing a man deeply affected by the consequences of his actions. Mustang's character arc is about finding redemption through responsibility and self reflection. His internal battles, wrapped in layers of pride and ambition, make him one of the most poignantly human figures in the story. Fact 25. Hughes, the dedicated soldier and loving father, was designed to balance out the series' more serious tones with moments of warmth and humor. His bright smile, his love for his family, and his unwavering loyalty to his comrades provide emotional relief during the darker moments. Hughes's character is meant to reflect the simple beauty of life's everyday moments, how family, friendship, and love can offer quiet solace amid chaos. His tragic fate only deepens the impact of his earlier moments, turning his memory into a tender symbol of what is lost when we forget to cherish those we hold dear. Fact 26. The homunculi were intentionally designed with both physical and emotional symbolism in mind. Each one represents a cardinal sin: lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, and pride, embodying humanity's darker impulses in their purest form. These characters were created not to be simply evil, but to serve as reflections of human weakness and temptation. Their designs, often grotesque yet fascinating, echo their internal struggles. Arakawa used the homunculi to explore the fine line between monstrosity and humanity, showing that even in the darkest places, there's a quiet path toward understanding and redemption. Fact 27. Scar, the Ishvalan warrior, was crafted to symbolize the complexities of vengeance and redemption. His journey is one of atonement, marked by his struggle to reconcile the violence he's committed with his search for peace. Arakawa gave him a solemn appearance, with his tattoos and solemn expression reflecting his internal conflict. Scar's character is meant to challenge the idea of revenge, showing how it can consume a person until all that remains is emptiness. Through his quiet moments of reflection and eventual understanding, Scar embodies the theme that true healing comes from forgiveness, both of others and oneself. Fact 28. Riza Hawkeye, the calm and collected sharpshooter, was designed as a foil to Roy Mustang, with her unwavering loyalty and quiet strength. Arakawa wanted to create a female character who was as complex and multifaceted as her male counterparts. Riza's role is not just to support Mustang, but to challenge him, sometimes through a quiet word, sometimes through a steadfast presence. Her loyalty, while unconditional, is never blind, and her inner strength often guides Mustang when he falters. Riza's calm demeanor, though quiet, represents an emotional steadiness that acts as a grounding force in the midst of chaos. Fact 29. Ed's automail arm was not just a practical tool, but a symbol of his inner transformation. Arakawa wanted to use the automail to represent both the cost of Edward's actions and his resilience. It's an outward sign of his sacrifice, what he's given up in his pursuit of a chance to restore his brother's body. The arm is also a visual reminder of his humanity, reminding viewers that Edward, though powerful, is not invincible. The automail, though initially seen as a burden, gradually becomes a source of strength, showing that what seems like a loss can lead to growth. Fact 30. Alphonse's empty suit of armor was inspired by the concept of innocence preserved through suffering. Arakawa wanted Alphonse's form to reflect the emotional journey of losing one's body while still holding on to their sense of self. The suit of armor, although cold and lifeless, contains a soul that is full of warmth, love, and tenderness. Alphonse's transformation, both physical and emotional, speaks to the deep, silent nature of grief and healing. His journey is one of rediscovery as he learns to find his way back to his body and ultimately back to himself. Fact 31. In the Japanese version of Fullmetal Alchemist, Brotherhood, Edward Elric is voiced by Vic Mignogna, whose performance adds a layer of both youthful energy and quiet vulnerability to the character. Mignogna's portrayal captures Edward's complex emotions, balancing his brashness with moments of introspection. His voice carries the weight of Edward's struggles, yet there is always a flicker of hope in it, as though even in the darkest moments, Edward's determination remains unwavering. The richness of Mignogna's voice brings Edward's character to life, offering a comforting presence to fans who seek solace in his journey. Fact 32. Alphonse Elric's voice, in both the Japanese and English versions, carries a sense of ethereal calm, perfectly capturing his gentle, introspective nature. In the Japanese version, Alphonse is voiced by Rie Kugimiya, known for her ability to portray characters with emotional depth. Kugimiya brings a soft warmth to Alphonse's voice, reflecting his inner kindness and quiet sadness. Her performance emphasizes Alphonse's vulnerability, making him one of the most emotionally resonant characters in the series. This subtle but powerful vocal performance allows listeners to feel the weight of his journey, even without seeing his true form. Fact 33. Winry Rockbell's voice actress, Megumi Takamoto, provides a bright, energetic performance that contrasts beautifully with the more serious tones of the show. Takamoto brings Winry's determination and warmth to life, balancing her technical expertise with a deep emotional connection to the Elric brothers. Winry's voice, filled with care and concern, mirrors her role as the emotional anchor in the series. Takamoto's performance allows Winry to stand out as both a strong, independent character and a loving, nurturing figure. Her voice is a steady source of comfort, like a reassuring hand in the midst of chaos. Fact 34. Roy Mustang, the charismatic and often enigmatic flame alchemist, is voiced by the talented Shinichiro Miki in the Japanese version. Mickey's performance is a perfect fit for Mustang, capturing both his commanding presence and his hidden vulnerability. His voice adds layers to Mustang's character, bringing depth to the complicated mixture of pride, duty, and guilt that defines him. Mickey's portrayal gives Mustang a certain quiet authority, one that is both comforting and slightly distant, reflecting his inner struggle and his desire to protect those he loves. It's a voice that speaks volumes without needing to raise its tone. Fact 35. Riza Hawkeye's voice actress, Fumiko Orikasa brings a sense of calm strength to the character. Her portrayal of Riza is steady and unwavering, reflecting the character's loyalty, discipline, and quiet resolve. Orikasa's soft yet strong performance allows Riza's emotions to be felt beneath her composed exterior, capturing the essence of a woman who holds her feelings close while still offering unwavering support to her comrades. Her voice adds a layer of compassion to Riza, reminding us that true strength is often found in those who carry the heaviest burdens with grace and dignity. Fact 36. The homunculized voices, particularly in the Japanese version, are performed by a stellar cast of voice actors, each bringing their respective character to life with both menace and complexity. For example, Lust, voiced by Nana Mizuki, carries a voice that is both seductive and cold, reflecting her ability to manipulate emotions while remaining emotionally distant. Mizuki's performance adds layers of complexity to Lust's character, making her more than just a villain. She becomes a tragic figure, bound by her own desires and limitations. The voices of the homunculus breathe life into these dark reflections of human weakness. Fact 37. Gluttony, voiced by Hiroshi Kamiya, has a voice that is both childlike and unsettling, capturing his pure, almost innocent desire for consumption. Kamiya's performance adds a sense of tragic simplicity to Gluttony, emphasizing his role as a creature driven by instinct rather than malice. His voice reveals the complexity of Gluttony's character, a creature born from human desires, yet unable to fully comprehend the implications of his actions. Kamiya's portrayal makes Gluttony both sympathetic and horrifying, giving the character a voice that feels both hauntingly innocent and profoundly destructive. Fact 38. Greed's voice, portrayed by Yuichi Nakamura, brings an air of cocky confidence and rebellious spirit to the character. Nakamura's performance captures Greed's desire for freedom and material wealth, infusing the character with a charismatic arrogance. Yet beneath this brash exterior, Nakamura also conveys Greed's internal struggle and longing for connection, adding depth to what could have been a one-dimensional villain. Greed's voice is rich with complexity, a perfect reflection of a character who constantly seeks more, yet finds himself unexpectedly yearning for the very thing he least expected, meaningful bonds with others. Fact 39. Wrath, voiced by the talented Kazuya Nakai, brings an intensity and fire to the character that perfectly mirrors Wrath's own inner turmoil. Nakai's performance imbues Wrath with a fierce energy, reflecting his uncontrollable anger and frustration at being trapped in a body that doesn't belong to him. Wrath's voice is sharp and commanding, often laced with a sense of bitter sadness. Nakai's portrayal emphasizes Wrath's tragic nature, showing that his rage is not just a desire for destruction, but a desperate attempt to understand and reconcile with the painful reality of his existence. Fact 40. Envy's voice, portrayed by the versatile Minami Takayama, carries a haunting quality that perfectly fits the character's role as the embodiment of jealousy and resentment. Takayama's voice performance brings a sharp, biting edge to Envy's every line, filled with mockery and disdain for those around him. However, beneath this venomous tone lies a deep-seated insecurity, a loneliness that defines Envy's tragic nature. Takayama's nuanced performance captures the complexity of Envy's emotions, making him not just a villain, but a deeply wounded character, driven by envy and a longing for validation that he can never truly achieve. Fact 41. The animation quality of Fullmetal Alchemist. Brotherhood is a testament to the skilled team at Studio Bones, known for their dedication to creating fluid, expressive animation. The studio brought the series to life with vibrant attention to detail. The action scenes, in particular, are smooth and dynamic, each movement reflecting the weight of the character's emotions. Whether it's a fast paced, alchemical duel or a quiet moment of introspection, Studio Bones seamlessly blends fast motion with stillness, capturing the emotional depth of each scene. The careful choreography adds a layer of richness, grounding the fantastical in human experience. Fact 42. The series. Detailed character designs reflect not only the personalities of the characters, but also their growth throughout the story. For example, Edward's automail arm was drawn to reflect the mechanical precision and roughness of his journey, while Alphonse's empty suit of armor is a striking visual reminder of his lost humanity. The transition of characters, both physically and emotionally, is carefully mirrored in their design evolution, making each scene feel connected to the past. This thoughtful attention to visual storytelling adds a layer of quiet depth, making the animation a subtle reflection of the character's arcs. Fact 43. A distinctive feature of Fullmetal Alchemist. Brotherhood is its careful use of color to evoke mood and emphasize the tone of each scene. The warm golds and browns of Edward's home in Rezembul are meant to evoke feelings of comfort and nostalgia, while the cold blues and grays of the military's headquarters in Central reflect the series' more somber moments. The animation team uses color to subtly shift the emotional atmosphere, adding layers of meaning that allow viewers to feel the weight of each moment without a word being spoken. The palette flows as gently as the story itself. Fact 44. One of the most striking aspects of the series is the alchemical circles, drawn meticulously to enhance the world building. These symbols, often used in battle or to explain complex mechanics of alchemy, are designed not only for their aesthetic beauty, but also to reflect the intricate laws of the series' magic system. Each circle has its own unique design, carefully crafted to symbolize different kinds of transmutations. These delicate and intricate visuals evoke a sense of order and structure, gently reinforcing the rules of equivalent exchange and the delicate balance that governs the world of Amestris. Fact 45. The studio's use of dynamic camera angles is another key to the series' emotional depth. While many anime series rely on traditional angles, Fullmetal Alchemist, Brotherhood uses sweeping, dramatic shots to immerse the viewer in the story's atmosphere. The camera often lingers on small, intimate details, like a character's hand resting on a table or the glint of a distant star, capturing the quiet beauty of everyday moments. This careful use of perspective adds to the dreamy, meditative quality of the series, helping to create a sense of being fully immersed in the world and its emotional weight. Fact 46. The action scenes in Fullmetal Alchemist. Brotherhood are known for their fluidity and intricate choreography. Each battle, whether it's Edward's alchemy against an opponent or a clash with a homunculus, is carefully designed to reflect the emotional stakes of the conflict. The animation team spends great attention to the weight of each movement, the fluidity of each alchemical transmutation, and the way the characters' expressions change throughout the battle. These scenes aren't just about action, they're about showcasing the characters' inner struggles, translating their emotional turmoil into physical form. This thoughtful animation adds a layer of poetic realism to every fight. Fact 47. Studio Bones' careful attention to facial expressions is one of the hallmarks of Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood. In a series where emotion is often conveyed through silent moments or brief exchanges, the animation team excels at capturing the tiniest shifts in expression. A slight furrow of Edward's brow, a soft smile from Winry, a look of sorrow from Mustang. These small, delicate moments are brought to life with incredible care. The characters' faces become a canvas for their emotional depth, adding a quiet beauty to each scene. This subtle animation technique enhances the series' intimate, reflective atmosphere. Fact 48. Sound design plays a crucial role in elevating the atmosphere of Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood. The sound of alchemical transmutations, the whoosh of fire during Mustang's flame alchemy, and even the quiet hum of the wind all contribute to the immersive nature of the series. These sounds are designed not to overwhelm, but to soothe, adding texture to the visual experience. Each subtle auditory detail is layered carefully to support the narrative, creating a sense of space and calm that mirrors the emotional journey of the characters. The sound design complements the visual storytelling in a way that feels seamless. Fact 49. The opening and ending sequences of Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood are as much a part of the storytelling as the episodes themselves. These carefully animated sequences are designed to evoke emotions before the story even begins, using imagery that reflects the series' themes of sacrifice, hope, and brotherhood. The music, paired with the visuals, sets the tone for each episode, subtle yet powerful, quiet yet stirring. These opening and closing moments create a gentle transition between the world of Amestris and the real world, drawing the viewer into the series' emotional journey with each soft frame. Fact 50. One of the unsung elements of the series' animation is the background art. The world of Amestris is lush with detail, from the intricate architecture of the cities to the sweeping vistas of the countryside. The animators take great care in designing environments that reflect the tone of the story. For example, the dusty industrial feel of Central contrasts with the serene beauty of Rezembul, helping to emphasize the emotional contrast between different locations. The backgrounds act as a quiet reflection of the characters' inner worlds, setting the stage for the unfolding drama with a soft yet impactful presence. In 51, Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood follows a tight, carefully crafted narrative structure that weaves together multiple character arcs, themes, and storylines. Each episode, though distinct, flows naturally into the next, creating a sense of continuity that feels both comforting and immersive. The series unfolds like a delicate tapestry, with every plot thread, whether it's Edward and Alphonse's journey or the political machinations of Amestris, intertwining in meaningful ways. This seamless storytelling creates an atmosphere of quiet inevitability, where each new revelation gently builds upon the last, leading the viewer toward a resolution that feels both earned and profoundly emotional. Fact 52. The pacing of Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood is one of its greatest strengths, allowing both action and reflection to unfold in a way that feels natural and unhurried. The slower, introspective moments, like Edward and Alphonse's quiet conversations or Mustang's moments of vulnerability, are just as important as the fast paced action sequences. Arakawa and the animators understand that both tension and calm are necessary for a complete narrative, and they balance these elements with care. This pacing allows the story to breathe, giving space for emotions to settle and for the full weight of each moment to be felt deeply. Fact 53. The narrative structure of Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood is also marked by its use of foreshadowing, a technique that draws the viewer in and rewards attentive watching. Subtle hints about future events are peppered throughout the series, appearing as quiet whispers rather than loud declarations. These moments often appear in dialogue or fleeting visuals, creating a sense of depth and mystery. The carefully placed foreshadowing enhances the sense of wonder, allowing the viewer to feel as though they are discovering the world alongside the characters, gently anticipating the twists and turns that await without spoiling the eventual revelations. Fact 54. Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood is known for its nonlinear storytelling, where characters' pasts, presents, and futures are revealed gradually, like pieces of a puzzle. This method of narrative reveals the deeper connections between the characters, allowing their journeys to feel rich with meaning. Flashbacks, often used to explore the history of Amestris or the Elric brothers, are seamlessly integrated into the main storyline, ensuring that each reveal feels earned and adds emotional weight to the narrative. The nonlinear structure creates a dreamy rhythm that mirrors the characters' internal journeys, slowly uncovering truths as they move forward. Fact 55. The use of side stories in Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood enriches the main narrative, providing depth to the world and its characters without detracting from the central focus. These stories, such as those of the soldiers in Ishval or the struggles of the people in Qing, offer moments of quiet reflection on the themes of sacrifice, loss, and hope. While the central plot remains on Edward and Alphonse's quest, these side narratives gently expand the world of Amestris, allowing the viewer to feel the ripple effects of the brothers' journey across the entire landscape of the series. Fact 56. The series places great emphasis on character driven storytelling, where the emotional depth of each character's journey takes center stage. While the plot is rich with intrigue and action, it is the personal growth of the characters, especially Edward, Alphonse, and their allies, that drives the story. Every choice, every mistake, every moment of vulnerability is carefully explored, creating a tapestry of experiences that resonate with the viewer. This focus on character development adds a layer of intimacy to the series, inviting the audience to reflect on their own struggles, aspirations, and growth alongside the characters. Fact 57. The resolution of Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood is as carefully crafted as the rest of the narrative, providing a sense of closure that feels both satisfying and bittersweet. The ending does not offer easy answers or simplistic resolutions. Instead, it offers a reflection on the journey itself, the cost of sacrifice, the power of forgiveness, and the importance of moving forward despite loss. The series ends with a quiet sense of peace, allowing the viewer to feel the weight of the brothers' journey and the lessons they've learned, while gently releasing them into the warmth of their own thoughts. Fact 58. The series' ability to juggle multiple plot lines without losing focus is a testament to its careful planning and structure. From the central conflict of the Elric brothers' quest for redemption to the political intrigue involving the military, Every storyline is carefully balanced. No one character or plot thread is allowed to overshadow the others, allowing the viewer to experience a full, immersive world. This balance between personal and political storylines creates a natural flow where each plot twist feels organic, not forced, and each character's development is given the space it needs to unfold at its own pace. Fact 59. The emotional resonance of Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood comes not just from the high stakes moments, but from the quiet, everyday moments between characters. These moments of connection, Edward and Alphonse sitting together, Winry's gentle smiles, Mustang's quiet leadership, are woven throughout the series, acting as emotional anchors. These subtle moments are just as important as the grand revelations, grounding the story in human experience. They remind the viewer that even in the face of overwhelming odds, the smallest gestures of kindness and understanding can carry the greatest weight, offering a soft, reflective respite. Fact 60. Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood uses dialogue to convey philosophical themes, often leaving the viewer to ponder the deeper meanings of what is said. Characters like Edward and Roy frequently speak of their beliefs, but their words are never preachy. Instead, they gently invite reflection. Conversations about sacrifice, truth, and redemption are layered with emotional complexity, allowing the viewer to find their own interpretations. These dialogues do not force answers, but instead allow them to unfold naturally, as if the characters themselves are still searching for the truths they seek. The narrative's quiet philosophy makes it a deeply meditative experience. Fact 61. The homunculi, embodying the seven deadly sins, serve as central antagonists, but their existence is much more than a mere reflection of evil. Each one is a manifestation of a human flaw, born from alchemy's pursuit of forbidden knowledge. Arakawa's decision to base them on the seven sins creates a poetic, almost tragic layer to their characters, as their desires and weaknesses drive them to become what they are. In each of the homunculi, there is an echo of humanity's internal struggles, a quiet reminder that the line between good and evil is often blurry and complicated. Fact 62. Lust, the first homunculus we encounter, is designed to reflect humanity's insatiable desire for love and attention. She embodies the sin of lust, not just in a physical sense, but in her longing for connection and power. Her elegant, calm demeanor belies a deeper, more destructive yearning, reflecting how unchecked desires can warp even the most beautiful intentions. Lust's tragic nature is revealed in her pursuit of something more than just physical satisfaction. She longs for meaning and purpose, yet finds herself trapped in an endless cycle of self destructive desire. Her character explores the cost of such longing. Fact 63. Gluttony, the embodiment of excess, is one of the more tragic homunculi. Though he appears almost childlike in his simple desires, his insatiable hunger represents humanity's inability to ever be truly satisfied. His character is one of pure instinct, driven by a need he cannot control, making him a sad reflection of human greed and emptiness. Despite his monstrous appearance and actions, Gluttony's simple, almost innocent voice adds depth to his character, evoking sympathy rather than fear. In his endless hunger, he becomes a poignant symbol of the emptiness that consumes those who cannot ever feel full. Fact 64. Greed, another homunculus born from the sin of desire, presents a character full of complexity. Unlike the other homunculi, greed desires more than just power. He craves freedom above all. His rebellion against Father and his creation reflects humanity's desire for autonomy and self expression. Though he is selfish and materialistic, Greed's moments of vulnerability reveal his internal conflict, his eventual longing for human connection, particularly his affection for his subordinates, highlights the deeper layers of his character. Greed's journey is a slow, quiet exploration of how the pursuit of personal freedom can sometimes lead to a greater understanding of love. Fact 65. Sloth, the embodiment of laziness, contrasts sharply with the other homunculi in both demeanor and appearance. His slow, lumbering movements reflect his apathy and indifference to the world around him. Yet his character is not just one of sheer laziness. There is an underlying sadness to his existence, a reflection of the emptiness that comes with living a life devoid of purpose. Sloth's quiet resignation is a reflection of how, at times, humans turn away from their struggles, too tired to confront the difficulties that come with change. His apathy speaks to the dangers of avoiding one's own growth. Fact 66, or wrath, one of the most intense and tragic of the homunculi, represents the destructive power of anger. His character design, with his youthful appearance and cold gaze, contrasts with the fury that drives him. Wrath's anger is not merely about rage, but about the pain and loss he has suffered. This rage is his way of coping with the deep emotional scars of his existence. As the story progresses, Wrath's desire for vengeance becomes a sad commentary on the lengths one can go to in order to hide the grief that comes from abandonment and loss. Fact 67. Envy, perhaps the most bitter and cynical of the homunculi, embodies jealousy, the quiet, corrosive feeling that drives individuals to resent the success or happiness of others. Envy's transformation into a serpent like creature symbolizes the twisting nature of jealousy as it distorts his appearance and identity. Unlike the other homunculi, Envy's emotions are often laced with malice and resentment, reflecting the darker side of human nature. Yet his bitterness hides a deep seated insecurity and self loathing, revealing the fragile nature of envy. Through envy, the series gently asks what is lost when we focus on others rather than ourselves. Fact 68. Pride, the leader of the homunculi, is a character whose pride manifests in his calm, composed demeanor and his overpowering need for control. He represents the sin of hubris, believing one is above others and deserving of reverence. His true form, as a shadowy, intangible being, speaks to the theme of self importance and how it isolates individuals from the world around them. Pride's belief in his own superiority leads to his downfall, but his complex character highlights the human desire to be seen and respected. His fall is both tragic and inevitable, reminding us of the perils of unchecked arrogance. Fact 69. The homunculi's relationships with each other are marked by a strange mix of loyalty and manipulation. While they are united in their loyalty to Father, their interactions are often laced with tension and mistrust. Each homunculus seeks their own form of power or satisfaction, yet they are bound together by the shared knowledge of their purpose to serve as instruments of Father's grand design. These relationships, though seemingly strong, are fragile and filled with cracks, reflecting the inherent instability of power when built on selfish desires and the inability to connect meaningfully with others. Fact 70. The homunculi, despite their monstrous nature, each embody a tragic aspect of human desire, lust's yearning for connection, greed's longing for freedom, and wrath's uncontrollable pain are all reflections of the darker sides of human experience. These characters are not just villains, they are symbolic representations of the flaws and desires that drive humans. Through their stories, the series gently explores how these sins, left unchecked, can lead to destruction, not just of the self, but of others. The homunculi are not born evil, but are shaped by their own desires, making them both tragic and unforgettable. Fact 71. Xing, a distant nation in the east, plays a significant role in Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood, bringing with it a rich cultural influence that contrasts with the more industrialized Amestris. Xing is steeped in alchemical tradition, especially the practice of human transmutation, which becomes central to the story as characters from this land seek the Philosopher's Stone. The setting of Xing, with its mountains and deserts, evokes a quiet sense of mystery. Its presence adds layers to the narrative, offering new perspectives on alchemy and the pursuit of immortality, reminding viewers that there is always more to discover beyond the known world. Fact 72. Ling Yao, the young prince of Xing, enters the story as a determined and ambitious figure. His character's design, sleek and refined, reflects his royal status, yet his actions show a young man driven by more than just power. Ling's journey is one of growth as he seeks the Philosopher's Stone to secure the throne for himself. However, beneath his ambition lies a deep sense of responsibility to his people. As the series progresses, Ling's interactions with Edward, Steck, and the other characters reveal his evolving perspective on power, loyalty, and what it means to rule with compassion. Facta 73. Lan Fan, Ling Yao's bodyguard, is a quiet but fierce character who plays a pivotal role in the narrative. Though she rarely speaks, her loyalty and devotion to Ling are evident in every action she takes. Lan Fan's design, with her long black hair and intricate armor, symbolizes both her strength and elegance. Her loyalty to Ling runs deep, and her willingness to sacrifice herself for him is a testament to the strong bonds of duty and family. Through Lan Fan, the series shows how quiet strength and selflessness can have a profound impact on those around her. Fact 74. Roy Mustang's relationship with his subordinates, especially his bond with Riza Hawkeye, adds layers of depth to his character. Though Mustang is often seen as a charismatic and somewhat aloof figure, it is clear that his connection to those he leads is one of trust and respect. Risa is his steadying force, and he, in turn, acts as her protector. Their subtle yet powerful partnership represents the delicate balance between leadership and friendship. Their interactions are a soft reminder that true leadership often requires vulnerability and an understanding of those we choose to stand beside. Fact 75. The character of Azumi Curtis, Edward and Alphonse's teacher, offers an example of both fierce strength and deep maternal affection. Azumi's tough exterior hides a woman who cares deeply for her students and is willing to sacrifice everything to protect them. Her background as a teacher of alchemy and her own personal sacrifices to learn the art make her a pivotal figure in the brothers' lives. Through Azumi, the series explores the complexities of mentorship, how it can be both nurturing and demanding, and how it shapes those who come under its guidance. Fact 76. The nation of Ishval is one of the most tragic settings in Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood. The Ishvalan War which forms a significant part of the backstory, represents the devastating effects of prejudice, power, and violence. The war, which led to the near extermination of the Ishvalan people, serves as a backdrop to several characters' motivations and actions. Through Ishval's story, the series explores the consequences of unchecked hatred, the human cost of war, and the long lasting scars it leaves on both individuals and nations. The painful history of Ishval casts a long shadow over the story's present. Fact 77. The character of Scar, an Ishvalan survivor, is one of the most emotionally complex in the series. Initially introduced as a ruthless avenger, Scar's journey is one of profound self discovery and redemption. His desire to punish those responsible for the deaths of his people is driven by a deep sense of loss and grief. Yet as the series progresses, Scar begins to question his own path, showing that vengeance is not the answer. His transformation from a symbol of rage to one of reconciliation reflects the series' exploration of how pain can either heal or further corrupt. Fact 78. The country of Drachma, located to the north of Amestris, serves as a harsh and unforgiving contrast to the more organized military state of Amestris. The people of Drachma are depicted as tough and battle hardened, with a culture rooted in survival. Though Drachma does not have as prominent a role in the narrative as Amestris or Shing, its existence adds depth to the geopolitical landscape of the series. Drachma's harsh environment and its constant struggle for resources reflect the broader themes of survival and conflict that permeate the story, making it a subtle but important part of the world. Fact 79. The character of Maria Ross, a soldier in the Amestrian military, is an embodiment of the theme of loyalty. Though she serves in the military, Ross is shown to have a strong sense of right and wrong, often making difficult choices based on her personal code of ethics. Ross's relationship with her fellow soldiers is marked by respect, and her character adds a sense of grounded realism to the military side of the narrative. Through her, the series touches on themes of honor, sacrifice, and the moral complexities that those in power must navigate on a daily basis. Fact 80. The Philosopher's Stone, an object of great power, becomes a central symbol in Fullmetal Alchemist, Brotherhood. Its significance transcends mere magic, representing the ultimate goal of many characters, both good and evil. For Edward and Alphonse, the Philosopher's Stone becomes a symbol of their desire to restore what was lost. But as the story unfolds, it is revealed that the stone is not a simple answer to their problems. It reflects the series' central theme that the pursuit of ultimate power or knowledge often comes at a great cost. The Philosopher's Stone is a soft reminder of the sacrifices that come with seeking impossible solutions. Fact 81. The music of Fullmetal Alchemist. Brotherhood is one of its defining features, with composer Michiru Oshima creating a haunting and emotionally resonant score. Her music beautifully mirrors the series' delicate balance between action and introspection, often using orchestral arrangements to evoke both the grandeur and intimacy of the character's journey. The soundtrack carries the weight of the brothers' struggles, and each piece has a subtle connection to the emotional beats of the narrative. The music is not just an accompaniment, but an integral part of the series, wrapping each scene in a layer of soft, melancholic beauty. Fact 82. The opening theme, again by Yui, captures the spirit of Fullmetal Alchemist, Brotherhood with its mix of hope and resilience. The song's gentle rhythm, combined with Yui's ethereal voice, creates a sense of quiet strength, setting the tone for the episodes that follow. The lyrics of Again speak of overcoming obstacles and continuing forward despite hardship, mirroring the brothers' unyielding determination. The opening serves as both a reminder of their journey and a soft call to the viewer to join them, offering a sense of companionship through the quiet challenges they face. Fact 83, Period by Chemistry, the second opening theme, contrasts with the first by introducing a more intense, urgent sound. The pace quickens with an upbeat melody that mirrors the rising stakes of the brothers' quest. Yet, despite the more energized tempo, the lyrics maintain a quiet introspection, reflecting the internal battles the characters face. Period acts as a bridge between the early and later parts of the series, with its vibrant music underscoring the turning point in the story. It offers a sense of forward momentum, yet still retains a layer of softness, echoing the brothers' growth. Fact 84. The ending themes are just as emotionally evocative, with Tsunaya by Nami Tamaki serving as a gentle reflection on the themes of longing and separation. The delicate vocals paired with the soft piano create a dreamy, melancholic atmosphere that complements the emotional weight of the series. As the brothers confront their pasts and the consequences of their actions, Tsunaya becomes a quiet anthem for the bittersweet reality of their journey. It captures the essence of a journey not just across lands, but within the heart, one that is filled with love, loss, and the desire to return home. Fact 85. Let It Out by Miho Fukuhara, the second ending theme, echoes the themes of self-expression and inner release. The music is soulful and empowering, building in intensity as the series progresses. The lyrics, filled with raw emotion, speak to the characters' need to confront their own inner turmoil and let go of the pain that holds them back. This ending theme is a quiet reminder that healing is a process, one that requires facing the truth within oneself. The song brings a sense of emotional release, giving viewers a moment of catharsis after the tension of each episode. Fact 86. The sound effects in Fullmetal Alchemist. Brotherhood are thoughtfully crafted to enhance the world of Amestris. Alchemical transmutations, explosions, and the quiet clink of Edward's automail all add a layer of texture to the story. The use of these sounds is not just for action, it's to immerse the viewer in the world, allowing them to feel the weight of each transmutation and the precision of each move. These auditory elements, subtle but powerful, complement the visuals, turning the world of Amestris into a place where every sound echoes with meaning and connection. Fact 87. The use of silence in Fullmetal Alchemist. Brotherhood is just as important as its music. In moments of tension, grief, or introspection, the absence of sound becomes a powerful storytelling tool. Whether it's during a quiet scene of reflection or an emotionally charged moment, the stillness allows the weight of the characters' experiences to be felt more deeply. The careful use of silence creates space for contemplation, allowing viewers to process the emotions conveyed through the characters' expressions and actions. It is in these quiet moments that the series feels most intimate, inviting the viewer to pause and reflect. Fact 88. The fight scenes in Fullmetal Alchemist. Brotherhood are paired with dramatic, orchestral soundtracks that heighten the emotional stakes of each battle. The music swells during moments of intense combat, amplifying the power of alchemical transmutations and physical confrontations. But the music doesn't just accompany the action, it underscores the inner conflict of the characters, often reflecting their personal struggles within the fight. The balance between action and emotional depth in the score makes each battle feel like a reflection of the character's inner turmoil, creating a sense of unity between sound and visual storytelling. Fact 89. One of the most striking musical pieces in the series is Brothers, the poignant and melancholic theme that accompanies many of the most emotional moments between Edward and Alphonse. The gentle strings, combined with the subtle piano, create an intimate atmosphere that perfectly matches the brothers' deep connection. This piece is often heard during their most vulnerable moments, when they are reflecting on their journey or when they share a quiet, understanding glance. The music speaks to the unbreakable bond between them, serving as a soft, musical reminder of the love and sacrifice that defines their journey. Fact 90. The ending of Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood is accompanied by the song I Will Find You by Daisuke Kikuta, a beautiful and haunting piece that encapsulates the themes of resolution and closure. The soft melody, paired with the gentle lyrics, creates a feeling of quiet peace, as though the brothers have found the balance they were searching for all along. This final piece of music brings a sense of calm and finality to the series, allowing viewers to rest in the knowledge that the journey is complete and the lessons learned will continue to resonate long after the screen fades to black. Fact 91. The most notable difference between Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, and the original 2003 anime adaptation is that Brotherhood sticks closely to Hiromu Arakawa's manga, while the 2003 version deviates from the source material after a certain point, creating a unique alternate storyline. Brotherhood follows the original plot much more faithfully. This includes characters, plot developments, and ultimately the conclusion. The decision to stay true to the manga allows Brotherhood to explore the themes and nuances Arakawa intended, providing a more consistent and deeply emotional journey for the characters, especially Edward and Alphonse, as they seek redemption. Fact 92. In the 2003 anime, the story takes a significant departure from the manga after about the halfway point. The original anime introduces entirely new characters and story arcs which were not present in the manga. One of these new characters is the enigmatic Truth, a central figure in the 2003 anime's ending. While Brotherhood introduces its own version of the truth concept, it aligns more closely with the manga's intentions, allowing the characters' journeys to feel more consistent with the themes of sacrifice, redemption, and the consequences of pursuing forbidden knowledge. Fact 93. The Brotherhood adaptation benefits from a clearer narrative structure due to its adherence to the manga, which provides a more defined endpoint for the characters. In contrast, the original 2003 anime felt more episodic, with various filler episodes that didn't contribute directly to the central plot. These filler episodes often focused on character development and provided additional backstory, but they also created a sense of disconnection from the main narrative. Brotherhood, however, moves more fluidly from one plot point to the next, maintaining a tighter focus on the brothers' quest and their emotional growth throughout. Fact 94. A key difference between the 2003 version and Brotherhood is the development of the character of Wrath. In the 2003 anime, Wrath is portrayed as a different character altogether an emotional, sympathetic figure who shares a tragic backstory. However, in Brotherhood, Wrath's identity is altered to fit more seamlessly with the manga, presenting him as a more sinister, yet still deeply conflicted, antagonist. This shift changes the emotional dynamic of his character, adding depth to his motivations while remaining true to the manga's intention of portraying the destructive nature of unheeded anger. Fact 95. The character of Maria Ross, a key figure in Brotherhood, is portrayed more prominently than in the 2003 anime. While Ross does appear in the original anime, her role is significantly expanded in Brotherhood. She becomes a crucial ally to the Elric brothers and is more deeply involved in the political tensions within Amestris. Brotherhood gives her a more well rounded character arc, allowing viewers to appreciate her loyalty and bravery. This expansion of secondary characters enriches the world building, providing a more intricate view of Amestris and its complex internal conflicts. Fact 96. The approach to the ending in Brotherhood is another major difference from the 2003 anime. While both versions arrive at a similarly emotional conclusion, Brotherhood sticks closely to the manga's resolution, which is far more satisfying and cohesive. In the 2003 anime, the ending is more abstract and philosophical, leaving much to interpretation, whereas Brotherhood offers a more conclusive, though equally poignant, resolution. The brothers' journey to restore what was lost feels complete in Brotherhood, allowing for a sense of closure and peace that is beautifully tied up in both thematic and emotional terms. Fact 97. One difference that resonates deeply with fans is the tone of the 2003 anime versus Brotherhood. While Brotherhood maintains a consistent tone throughout, shifting gently between moments of lighthearted humor and deep emotional introspection, the 2003 anime veers into darker and more existential territory. The latter explores themes of death, loss, and the human condition with an intensity that can sometimes overshadow the lighter, more hopeful elements of the story. Brotherhood, while still heavy in its emotional stakes, is able to maintain a more balanced tone, never losing the lightness that makes the series so enduring. Fact 98. The visual style between the two adaptations also varies, with Brotherhood being a more polished and refined version. Brotherhood benefits from advancements in animation techniques, allowing for smoother action sequences and sharper character designs. The visuals of Brotherhood are more vibrant, reflecting the epic scale of the series, from the detailed alchemical transmutations to the stunning battle sequences. In contrast, the 2003 anime has a darker, more muted color palette that gives it a more atmospheric feel, fitting with its more somber tone. Both visual styles contribute to the emotional experience of their respective stories. Fact 99. One of the most significant differences in Brotherhood is the expanded focus on the character of Father, the primary antagonist. In the original anime, Father's role is more ambiguous, and his motivations are less explored. In Brotherhood, however, his character is given much more depth and complexity. His backstory is more thoroughly explored, and his connection to the other homunculi is clearer, allowing for a deeper understanding of his ambitions and motivations. This development of Father's character allows the series to explore the philosophical questions surrounding the creation of life and the consequences of ultimate power. Fact 100. The pacing of Brotherhood is another key difference compared to the original 2003 version. Brotherhood is able to move through the plot with greater efficiency, condensing some of the slower, filler episodes of the original into more succinct storylines. This tighter pacing ensures that the story remains focused and impactful, allowing each episode to feel integral to the overarching narrative. While the original anime's slower pace allowed for more character exploration, Brotherhood maintains its emotional depth while pushing the plot forward at a quicker, more streamlined pace, keeping the viewer engaged without feeling overwhelmed. Fact 101: Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood has become a cultural phenomenon, resonating with audiences worldwide for its deep exploration of human nature, sacrifice, and the pursuit of knowledge. Its legacy is not only found in its impact on the anime industry, but also in its influence on global audiences who have embraced its emotional depth and philosophical themes. The series has inspired countless fan discussions, artwork, and academic analyses, becoming a touchstone for modern anime. Its ability to blend complex themes with relatable characters has made it a timeless story, continuing to impact viewers long after the credits roll. Fact 102: The success of Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood has led to an enduring fandom, which spans across cultures and generations. Fans engage in cosplay, fan fiction, and conventions, celebrating the characters and themes that have touched their hearts. This connection goes beyond mere entertainment. The series has created a community that shares in the emotional highs and lows of the Elric brothers' journey. The fandom has formed an intricate web of creativity, interpreting and expanding upon the world of Amestris. This deep, lasting engagement reflects the power of Brotherhood to connect people from all walks of life through shared storytelling. Fact 103: The series' philosophical themes, particularly its exploration of sacrifice and redemption, have left a lasting imprint on popular culture. These themes are often discussed and analyzed in online forums, academic papers, and even in casual conversations. Full Metal Alchemist: Brotherhood has influenced other anime and media, with many creators citing it as a source of inspiration for their own works. The series has proven that anime can tackle deeply existential questions with the same seriousness as any literary or cinematic tradition, cementing its place as a cultural touchstone for those who seek to explore life's more profound questions. Fact 104: The emotional depth of Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood has resonated with people of all ages, from children to adults, making it a bridge between generations. For younger viewers, the series offers lessons in morality, perseverance, and the importance of understanding oneself. For older audiences, it provides a poignant reflection on the cost of ambition and the meaning of sacrifice. The universal themes in the series have made it a beloved story across the world, appealing to a wide array of audiences, regardless of age, cultural background, or personal experiences. Fact 105: The character of Edward Elric has become an iconic figure in anime history, often cited alongside other great characters in the medium. His determination, youthful energy, and unwavering commitment to his brother have made him a symbol of resilience and courage. Edward's complexity, his blend of arrogance, vulnerability, and deep love for his family, has made him a relatable and inspirational figure. His enduring popularity reflects the strong connection viewers feel to him, and he remains one of the most beloved protagonists in anime history, his character continuing to inspire fans across the world. Fact 106: Winry Rockbell's character has also made a significant impact, becoming a beloved figure in her own right. As a strong female character in a genre often dominated by male protagonists, Winry has become an important role model for fans. Her intelligence, determination, and nurturing nature resonate with viewers who see her as a symbol of strength and resilience. Winry's ability to hold her own in a world of alchemists and soldiers, all while remaining compassionate and caring, has made her a key part of Brotherhood's emotional core, inspiring fans with her quiet but powerful presence. Fact 107: the homunculi, with their complex personalities and motivations, have also become iconic in the anime world. These characters, each representing a deadly sin, are not just villains, but deeply flawed reflections of humanity. Their moral complexity and tragic backstories have resonated with audiences who see in them both the dark side of human nature and the potential for redemption. The homuncule's ability to evoke both sympathy and revulsion speaks to the series' ability to craft multidimensional characters, and their legacy continues to influence how villains are portrayed in anime and beyond. Fact 108: the themes of alchemy and equivalent exchange have permeated into popular culture, becoming symbols of the broader human desire for balance and understanding. Alchemy, with its mix of science, mysticism, and philosophy, has intrigued many fans who are drawn to its potential for personal transformation. The concept of equivalent exchange, where nothing is gained without sacrifice, has resonated deeply, inspiring discussions about the nature of life and the consequences of one's actions. These ideas continue to be explored in a variety of media, reflecting the enduring influence of Fullmetal Alchemist, Brotherhood on philosophical and moral discourse. Fact 109: the series' success led to multiple spin offs, including video games, novels, and even a live action adaptation, solidifying Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood as one of the most commercially successful and influential anime franchises. The adaptations further expanded the universe of Amestris, allowing fans to dive deeper into the lore and characters they've come to love. While each adaptation offers something unique, none has captured the emotional depth and philosophical weight of the original manga and Brotherhood, leaving a lasting legacy that continues to inspire both new and returning fans. Fact 110: the soundtrack of Fullmetal Alchemist. Brotherhood has earned widespread praise for its ability to complement the emotional depth of the story. The music, composed by Michiru Oshima, has become iconic in its own right, with tracks like Brothers and Golden Time Lover becoming synonymous with the series. The soundtrack has been widely praised for its orchestral arrangements and its ability to evoke a sense of nostalgia, loss, and hope. The music has been recognized by fans and critics alike, further cementing Brotherhood's cultural impact as a series that is not only emotionally moving, but sonically unforgettable. Fact 111: the world of Fullmetal Alchemist. Brotherhood is meticulously crafted, with each detail of Amestris reflecting the series' deep commitment to storytelling. Arakawa's careful world building creates a setting that feels both lived in and full of history. From the military presence in Central to the quiet rural towns like Rezambul, every location serves a purpose in the narrative. The attention to small details, like the distinct architecture or the use of alchemical symbols, adds richness to the world, making it feel real and tangible. These elements, while subtle, enhance the immersive experience, inviting viewers to explore every corner of the world. Fact 112. One of the most poignant hidden details in Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood is the recurring motif of clocks and time. Time, as both a theme and a symbol, represents the fleeting nature of life, the inevitability of change, and the character's struggle to regain what they've lost. The concept of time is present in various subtle ways, from the ticking of clocks in key scenes to the brothers' desperate attempts to turn back time with the philosopher's stone. This recurring image serves as a soft reminder that while we may try to change the past, we must ultimately move forward. Fact 113. The relationship between Edward and Alphonse is one of the most beautifully understated elements of the series. The subtle ways in which the brothers support and communicate with each other, often without words, reflects the deep bond they share. Their silent understanding of each other, despite their physical distance and the trials they face, is a quiet testament to the strength of their connection. This bond is reflected not only in their actions, but in the moments when they stand side by side, sharing the weight of their shared goal, offering a soothing reminder of the importance of family. Fact 114. The symbolic use of light and shadow throughout Fullmetal Alchemist. Brotherhood is another layer of depth that adds to its narrative richness. Light often represents hope, truth, and revelation, while shadows symbolize mystery, danger, and the unknown. This duality can be seen in the way the series plays with contrasts, such as when Edward and Alphonse stand in the light of their dreams, while the darkness of the past looms behind them. These visual contrasts serve as a quiet reflection of the brothers' emotional journey, emphasizing the delicate balance between striving for the light and confronting the shadows. Fact 115. The character of Hohenheim Elric, Edward and Alphonse's father, is an embodiment of both the tragedy and the complexity of parental love. Though absent for much of their lives, his actions, whether intentional or not, have a lasting impact on the brothers. His character is filled with quiet regret, and his desire to make amends reflects the series' exploration of redemption. Hohenheim's emotional journey is intertwined with the brother's own, and his slow unraveling of his past serves as a gentle reminder that the road to healing often requires facing one's mistakes and taking responsibility for them. Fact 116. The theme of self sacrifice runs deep in Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, and nowhere is this more evident than in the characters' relationships with one another. From Winry's quiet devotion to the Elric brothers, to the ultimate sacrifices made by characters like Mize Hughes and Armstrong, the series is filled with moments where individuals give of themselves for the greater good. These sacrifices, both small and large, underscore the series' message that true strength often comes from selflessness. It is in these quiet acts of love and sacrifice that the emotional core of the story is most deeply felt. Fact 117. The role of military power in Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood is explored with a gentle yet pointed critique. The Amestrian military, with its strict hierarchy and militaristic values, often serves as a backdrop for the personal stories of the characters. Through characters like Roy Mustang and Riza Hawkeye, the series explores the complex relationship between duty and morality. While the military represents order and structure, it is also shown to be capable of corruption and abuse of power. This delicate balance between loyalty and justice serves as a quiet commentary on the consequences of unchecked authority. Fact 118. The use of alchemy as a metaphor for personal growth is one of the most poignant themes in Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood. Alchemy, with its emphasis on transformation and exchange, mirrors the character's emotional and spiritual journeys. Just as alchemists transform matter through their knowledge and power, the characters undergo their own internal transformations as they learn from their mistakes and grow. The concept of equivalent exchange also reflects the idea that growth often requires sacrifice, a theme that resonates deeply with viewers. This quiet, introspective message underscores the series' exploration of change, both in the worlds and within oneself. Fact 119. Father, the ultimate antagonist of the series, serves as a complex symbol of unchecked ambition and the desire to transcend human limitations. His desire for the Philosopher's Stone and his manipulation of the homunculus reflect his obsession with gaining ultimate power. However, Father's tragic flaw lies in his inability to understand the value of human connection and sacrifice. His arc, from creator to destroyer, serves as a poignant reminder of the dangers of seeking power without understanding the cost. His journey highlights the delicate balance between seeking knowledge and maintaining the humanity that grounds us. Fact 120. The final moments of Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood are a soft, bittersweet reflection on the journey the characters have undertaken. The brothers' reunion with their father, the closure of their journey, and the realization of their true selves offer a sense of peace and resolution. As the series concludes, there is no grand, triumphant victory, just a quiet understanding that the brothers have finally found what they sought, not in the Philosopher's Stone, but in themselves. The ending is a soft, calming reminder that while the road may be long and filled with hardship, the journey itself is what shapes us. Thank you for drifting with me tonight. May your dreams be warm, may your breathing be easy, and may your heart find a quiet place to rest. Good night.